So I want to talk with you about social media. I noticed that you're on NOSTR. And so you're one of the few people that out there that I feel like is actually on NOSTR. I was surprised when I was looking through your Twitter feed. I didn't expect to see you on this new social media protocol. So my first question is, I've talked about NOSTR on this podcast before, but my first question is, how did you hear about it and what prompted you to want to create an account? Because there are so many different platforms today, and it takes time, man, to stay up to date with everything that's going on and to go and spend time to create an account on a new social media. I don't even want to call it platform, but to interact with this new protocol and start trying to post on a new form of social media, it takes a lot of time and energy. So how'd you hear about it and what made you want to participate?
Yeah, we've got our ear to the ground kind of in the Bitcoin world. And so heard about it, I guess, through the grapevine, through everybody that we know posting their Nostr key on or in pub, I guess, on Twitter. Nostr to me is interesting because it's bringing the same level of decentralization to information that Bitcoin did to value transfer. So that was fascinating. I think it has a long way to go as far as UI and UX, but it'll get there. It will be interesting to see how it evolves because who knows? I mean, there needs to be. I've been talking to some people who are deep in the weeds on Nostr, and one of my initial concerns was, well, what if people are just using this for really bad stuff, right? Like things that we wouldn't want to talk about on a podcast and posting like obscene stuff and things like that, because there's really no guardrails. And they were telling me about different relays and different ways to ensure that you're kind of in a community or within the bounds of sort of the ethical usage of the platform. So I'm interested to see how that develops and hopeful. Also, I'm on Zion, which got to give a shout out to Zion. They are a Bitcoin and Lightning fueled and decentralized social media platform based in Austin. So I'm on there and just learning a little bit more about these new platforms, because the current platforms we have, again, are broken. And, it's sad to sort of watch the incentives play out in real time that traditional social media has created. And I think Zion and Nostr create better incentives and will probably have better outcomes. I'm sure there'll be challenges. I'm sure there'll be undesirable aspects to it, but there are better incentives. And so that's why I'm on them.
I agree with a lot of the things that you're saying. First off, about Nostr, I think that what it stands for is truly incredible. I like how it is like censorship-free social media. And what was interesting to me was that, let's say that you post something on Facebook, for example. That post doesn't get put on Twitter, Instagram, across all these other platforms. Whereas if you interact with Nostr's protocol, if you post something, it's like posting on one platform and having it posted to every single other platform. And when you combine that with the power of open source technology, you can very easily see a world where this just gets so much better so quickly. And it's been incredible to see how fast it's grown already. So I will tell people, if they're listening, though, if you go and try and interact with it and build a profile, the user interface leaves a lot to be desired, but it's getting better.
Yeah, it is. And it will continue to get better because people are excited about it. People are giving their time to build on it. And it is open source.
Inflation is transitory.